What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Baby F Nelson back in here with another dungeon guide, and today we're going over Duality, which is the newest dungeon released by Destiny 2. And today we're going to be talking about ways for you guys to get through this easy, things you should know, encounters, and things to traverse. Quick note, there aren't any champions here, so you can leave your mods and your anti-barrier alone. You don't really need it in this. All you will need is a good weapon loadout, teamwork, and absolutely being able to stay alive. So make sure you play your life, and let's dive right in. All right, guys, first tip for you, it should be right in the name itself, Duality. We're going to be dealing with a dual world encounter here, utilizing these bells that you will be shooting that will be transferring you from the normal realm to the nightmare realm. In the nightmare realm, you will have different architecture than you would have in the normal realm. In the normal realm, you may be blocked by certain obstacles, and the bell may be behind certain barriers, as you see here, where we actually had to shoot through that grate to activate this bell. And then, of course, we were able then to kind of traverse across to shoot the bell again for us to then go back into the normal realm. One thing about shooting this bell, you want to make sure that everyone when you come out of the nightmare realm is standing within the circle where the bell is. If you shoot that bell and not everyone is inside of it when you come out of the nightmare realm, you will kill whoever is not inside of that bell circle. That is one of the first things that we kind of learned and figured out whenever doing this particular encounter. Once you kill all the ads in the first area, the next thing you will need to do is now traverse the jumping puzzle, which you will see here. We'll be going from platform to platform, jumping and going up, and using these beams that you will see in the middle of the room to go up higher and higher levels. As you go up, you will be met with other waves of ads. There will be scions sniping at you. You can choose to take them out, or if you're quick enough, you can just avoid them. And you will be making yourself up to a top room at the very top to get to the very next area. Once you are at this area, you will see a bell directly across from the other side of you. You will be wanting to shoot at that bell. That will take you then again back into the nightmare area, where you're once again going to kill ads, traverse to the other side, and then shoot the bell with all people present for you to get out again. Once you're in the next area, you can continue killing ads. The next bell for you to shoot to go into the next nightmare realm will be to your left. You will see it behind the grate. You see my teammate shooting it there. And then now we're back in the nightmare realm. You're going to want to run down, jumping on these beams once again. You'll be making your left down this hallway, and you're just going to pretty much follow these paths, basically navigating the Leviathan underbelly area, kind of like we did in the Caiatl raids. And that's what it resembles, at least to me. And we're going to go through these different areas. Of course, every time when we're met with an obstruction, there is a bell usually for us to then shoot, for us to go through. As there, we went a little bit of the wrong way. My fearless navigator there seems to be a little drunk, aka Cauldron, but hey, we're going to keep it moving. So we're going through, and we get to another grate. We're going to shoot that one, and of course we're back into the nightmare realm, and once again it's the same thing. We're going to be traversing these areas all the way through, just showing you the bell locations and exactly what you will need to shoot and where. You'll see the next area that's going to be across from me down that we're going to jump to, and that's where we're going to continue forward. One thing I would say for Titans, don't be afraid to put on Lion Ramparts. Hunters, if you're good with jumping with them, put on your Stompies. And Warlocks, of course, you know Icarus Dash is always a win. I will tell you that because if you do die in this jumping puzzle, it is a little bit of long of a wait. If someone is not able to get back to get your res, it would take roughly about 40 seconds for you to respawn, so keep that in mind. And once you reach this area here, you're pretty much almost in the next spot right before the first phase. We're going to go into this room here where you will be met with a lot of ads. You'll have Colossus and such. I'm rocking an SMG with a fusion rifle and also the Lament, which I would recommend great for boss CPS for majority of these fights here. In this room, typically all you're going to have to do is take out all the ads. Once you kill all the ads and they are dead, you will hear Callus once again talking to you. In this nightmare realm, you're going to get in the middle, and it will drop you down into the underbelly, where you'll be met immediately with a rally point to start the first encounter. Before we start the fight, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick look at what I'm running for this fight. I'm running the Deliverance Fusion, an SMG, Lament. These are some of the mods that I have on my gear, as well as for the Lament, I am running Lucent Blade, which will allow you to have more DPS when you have charge of light up. So after everyone has rallied, you would want to start the encounter by running forward. You will come to the bell. Everyone, now when you're in the regular world, you don't need to worry about everyone being in a circle, but you do need to worry about everyone being in a circle when you come out of the Nightmare Realm. You'll be met with many of ads here that you just kind of want to clear out. And once we're inside of here, we are going to want to be looking for 4 side rooms. And in these side rooms, there will be 2 of them that will have ads. They will have a couple of the War Beast dogs, and then you will be met with your first standard bearer. Your standard bearers will be the ones that will allow you to pick up the standards that you will be taking back and placing back in the normal room. Every time you kill a standard bearer and you pick up the actual standard, it will extend your time in the Nightmare Realm. You will also need to take care of the ads that will be guarding the bell. Those will be the bell keepers. You want to make sure that you will take them out. As you will see here, once we come out, we will have the areas that we will know to go to, as well as you will see the bell keepers start to spawn in, as you see here behind us. We cannot go into there unless we kill the actual bell keepers. The bell keepers will be just like your incinerators, with the big gas packs on their back. You're going to make sure that you want to kill them and get those dead, because we now need to enter into the rooms for the standards we've picked up. I picked up sun, so I'm in the sun room, and you will shoot the bells we did there, and now you will be met with these visions that you will have to kill. There's going to be roughly, I think, 4 to 6. I think about roughly 6 of them on each side. They are very easy to kill. Just make sure that once you kill one, you pick up and you get your actual unstable essence. The unstable essence will allow you to do more damage to each one of these visions to take them down very quickly. You will also need to kill bell keepers as well, so that they will be killed out of the way, so that you can then leave this realm once you're done with DPS. Once you have come out of this room, you will now be able to fully DPS the boss, as you see we're doing here. You will need to keep an eye on the left side of your screen for the debuff called Nightmare Collapsing. Nightmare Collapsing is exactly how much time you have left in the Nightmare Realm before you will actually die. So you would definitely want to do as much DPS as you can. We were leaving it roughly about 10 to 15 seconds left, depending on where we were, but about 15 seconds when we want to pull away. Everyone get back in position, leave the Nightmare Realm, and then it's going to be rinse and repeat. You're going to go back out, you're going to be killing scions, and you're going to be killing the bell keepers. The bell keepers must go down. Once you kill the bell keepers and they are gone, the bell, as you see here, will be released. You will now be able to shoot that bell. That bell will take you back in the Nightmare Realm for you to find the actual standards that are available for you to get. These are random locations every time you go in, so once you get transferred into the Nightmare Realm, you kind of want to be kind of quick finding where you need to go. So as you can see, we get teleported in, we start to check rooms. I see that there's activity on my radar here, so that lets me know that a standard bearer is here. As you see, we kill the standard bearer, and we will be picking up the War Beast standard right now. Once I have my standard, we confirm that we all have our standards. Once we all have our standards, we get back, we take care of ads while we wait to make sure everyone gets back in place. You see the Nightmare Collapsing on the left side. We have plenty of time to get out of this encounter right now, so we are kind of taking our time, just killing off ads, giving everybody the time they need to pick up ammo and such. Since you're going to be going in and out of these worlds quite often, you definitely want to use any extra time you get to kill off ads, pick up ammo and such. You want to be quick, but you also want to take the time that you have. So once again, we'll be doing that, rinsing and repeating the entire time. I have the War Beast, so of course this is the actual Axis side, so I know I'm on the wrong side. But I do see a bell keeper coming up, so I take care of that. I see another bell keeper, I get it out of the way because I know we need that. We place our standard, and we do the same rotation again. Once you're back in the Nightmare Realm and you're doing the last bit of DPS, you just want to stay on the boss, keep an eye on the left side of your screen. Typically, if we had at least 15-20 seconds left when the boss was about to die, we usually stayed in full scented. You're going to do this, play this by ear with your team, making sure you have enough ammo to finish them off. You just don't want to get caught in that Nightmare Realm and cause an unnecessary wipe. Once you're done, the first chest will be in front of you, and then the ground will open up for you to go down. You will be able to check your rewards here and then traverse to the next location. After everyone's collected their loot, we're going to be dropping through the hole in the floor that has opened up since you defeated the boss. You will be traversing through some more tunnels, some more maintenance tunnels here on the Leviathan here, and we will be going forward. And you'll just follow this route here, which will lead you to the next opening and the next jumping phases. There will be platforms and switches you must hit here in order to traverse this area. I will show you the switches and the jumping areas that you will need to know here. Starting from the first platform, you jump on one into the next. As you see here, your first switch will be here on this pillar. It will open and activate 3 more steps on the left side for you to jump upon. You're going to jump on those up until you go to the next platform, as you see me doing here. And then your next switch will be to your right, and there will be platforms for you to go to. You will make sure you want to get to that one by jumping onto this platform and the next. When you're doing this for the first time, there will be ads that will come out. As you can see, they're already dead. We've already taken the liberty of killing those to cut down the time here, and that will open the additional panels on the other wall. You will simply need to traverse to the other side, going back on the same platforms to then go up that side as well. Once you've made it across that jumpy phase there, you're going to go down a maintenance tunnel, down to the lower level, and then you're going to make your way to your left, straight down the hallway, and you're going to keep going, and you're going to have to make a right here. And at the end of this hallway here, you will be making another right. There will be a little jump up for you to go up right now, and a ramp that you will have to traverse, and then you will enter to your left here, and again another left, and you will be met by a big chasm that you will have to jump into the smaller maintenance area. Alright, once you successfully made that massive jump across that chasm, once again, line ramparts or stompies, I recommend for that. You get here to this massive statue room where there are 4 separate statues, but they're all pointing different directions. The point of this is to shoot the bell in the middle and to make the statues point to the middle like how it is here in the Nightmare Realm. Behind each statue, you will find a switch that will turn the statue 90 degrees in a clockwise manner. So you would want to simply look at the statues in the regular world, make sure you have figured out exactly how many turns it's going to take for each statue, and then I would recommend 1 or 2 people taking a statue while the main person shoots the bell in the middle, or everyone kind of taking a statue, shooting the bell in the middle, and then turning the last one if need be. There's always usually like 1 or 2 that's already pointing at the statue. So that means there's usually only like 1 or 2 that have to be fixed. Maximum usually 3. I've rarely seen it to where all 4 have been off. But if they have, you can just use process of deduction and just choose who's going to do what. So you want to make sure that you go and make those changes. Once you've made those changes and they're done, you will then find yourself in the bottom of the vault, opening up, getting ready to go to the very next encounter. When you come down, you will land on a platform where you will see there will be 4 separate quadrants where you will have 2 on one side and 2 on the other. And this will be kind of following the same principle of the 4 symbols you've been seeing: Sun, War Beast, Chalice, and Axis. And during this process, you will have to kill, of course, Bell Keepers. Bell Keepers will be pretty much a constant throughout this dungeon. These will be what will be blocking your ability to go between the Nightmare Realm and the normal realm, as usual. You're going to want to add clear, kill the Bell Keepers, and then go to the middle, and you're going to want to see what 2 symbols are available. I see Sun, and I also see Chalice. What you would want to do is find one of these symbols, call out to your teammate, let you know you have one, let another teammate find it, and the third teammate would be responsible for shooting the bell and also add clearing. So they would shoot the bell, and it takes you into the realm. Of course, you see the different architecture. You're going to have will always be met with a phalanx and like 2 legionnaires when you get right here. So you just want to go ahead and take those out. Once this ads are done, there'll be more ads at the top that you're going to want to take care of. There will also be a Colossus at the top that you're going to want to deal with. You need to make sure that you take care of all these ads so that you can get your actual standard bearer to actually spawn up. If you don't kill all these ads, you will be waiting here for a very long time and most likely wipe. Now you've killed all your ads and your standard bearer as you see here. You're going to I just dodge the dogs. You don't really need to kill them. I guess if you're low on ammo, you could try to kill them quickly and see if you can pick up some ammo here. You will traverse back to the middle where your third person that was not going to get a symbol should be working on the ads and making sure that they do kill the bell keepers. Bell keepers usually spawn in this underground area here, just like they did in the normal area. That's where they normally like to hide. So you want to kill them, locate where the bell is actually active for you to go to. Once again, all 3 of your team members need to be present. Shoot the bell and back out once again. We're going to place our standards. That's Chalice, not Sun. I got mixed up there. But you're definitely going to want to put in your standard right here and place it. Once you place your standard, then the first ad will be able to be DPS. This is kind of a combination of 3 separate ads you will be killing here. You'll be killing this one, and once you have taken care of this one, it's going to be rinse and repeat through all 3 of them. So this encounter is fairly quick and simple. It's very straightforward. I would say of all the encounters, this one's probably one of the most simplistic ones. You just want to make sure that you stay on top of killing all of the bell keepers and make sure that when you go inside, you're very quick with killing all your ads and grabbing your standard, and you should do just fine in this encounter. Here we are killing the second ad. Once again, nothing too special about this. No type of stagger mechanics you really need to worry about. It's just pretty much DPS and kill after you've placed in the 2 standards. And then it's rinse and repeat. Like I said before, once again, you go and grab your symbols and come back to fight the boss. When doing final DPS to the boss in this encounter, I'd recommend Laments once again, and if you do have a Titan, I would recommend you running Bubble. Bubble works really well here for increasing damage as well. Do keep the Loosened Blade on for the sword too. I pretty much had it on this entire counter. I don't believe I used anything else but Lament whenever we got this strat going. And once you see here, boss is dead. The floor will open up once again where you will be greeted by your precious loot, which is what we're all here for, right? Once everyone is done grabbing their loot, you're going to make yourself down the hallway, make a left and a right, keep going down this towards the first chest that we know of so far. I believe there's two, maybe 3 in this dungeon. There's only 1 that we know of so far that we found, and it's going to be directly after that second encounter. You're going to follow this into the depths. Once you jump off this ledge, you're going to want to go down into the treasure room at the very bottom. And you're going to want to grab this chest that's down low here that's hidden. I will tell you as a word of advice, if this is your very first time running this dungeon, I would tell you to skip it and not pick it up. And I would tell you not to pick it up, honestly, until you have actually gotten a weapon, armor, or piece of gear that you want. I tell you this simply because if you pick it up now, you'll most likely get you will only get the trash that you've picked up right now. So if you've only got like a helmet and a chest and that's not really what you're after out of this encounter, do not pick it up now. You can run it again. So as you see here, we're going to shoot the bell that's going to be directly to your left. It puts you into another realm here, and we will be greeted by, once again, another jumpy puzzle. You're going to want to kill these ads on this area here. Look to your right and you will see platforms for you to jump to. Once you get across this area, you're going to land on the first platform, look directly up top, and then you will see a second platform for you to jump to. The area you're trying to make it to is going to be to your right here inside this cubby. You're simply going to go forward, drop down, and keep following this nightmare realm. Make sure everyone is inside the bell location. Shoot that bell, and it's going to then put you back where you need to go. You're going to jump into a small vented airway above you, run up a ramp, and you're just going to keep running and traversing forward and upward inside of this area. Once you get to the top, you will see that you will have another bell across your way to shoot. That bell will activate and allow you to have the open area for you to go to, where you're simply just going to make this jump across, traverse this area nice and smoothly. It's really a quick transition. Shoot the bell and it will bring you back into the normal realm again. I do enjoy this mechanic. I do think it's a very cool one that they did add to it. Here you're going to be going directly up from this location. You simply want to make sure that you of course run those movement exotics if you need to on any of these encounters, any of these sections of this dungeon, because I know for some it can be a little hard making these jumps, and I won't say that I had a flawless jumping experience doing this dungeon, because I think we all have suffered at the hands of these jumps. So you want to keep on moving and making sure that you get through this jump. Once you've made it through the jumps, you will go through the opening that was on your right. You will go down a small little drop and you will make it to the next part of the jumpy phase. Yes, there's a lot of jumping in this dungeon, but you know, it's true to the nature of Destiny, right? First, you're going to jump to this platform in front of you. There will be a second one. And right here, you're going to look up and to your right, making sure that you jump on top of these canisters. I found this has been the best way to make this jump onto this railing here. You've got another jump there that you make to another platform, and then you're aiming for this next runway that heads downward. And good news is it's pretty much smooth sailing down there straight to where it will be our final encounter of this dungeon. So we've made it here to the final part of this dungeon. We are now at the Nightmare of Caiatl, and in this room it's going to be very simple too as well. It's going to play directly to the symbols we've already been seeing, which is War Beast, Chalice, Sun, and Axis. We will have the same process going here, where we will be killing and then looking to see exactly what symbols we need to grab. At those platforms where you just look up and you saw the War Beast and these other symbols, they're platforms. Those platforms is where you're wanting to go to. It's a good thing to try to memorize these locations because they directly correspond to the locations in the Nightmare Realm where you will kill the specific sniper you need to get the actual standard. So in here, it's all about survivability. There will be a bunch of ads. You will have a lot of bell keepers, you will have a lot of dogs, and you will have a lot of scions and a lot of centurions. I can't say the word a lot enough because that is the embodiment of this encounter. A lot of everything. So you want to make sure that you and your teammates have good communication on who's doing what. Once again, 2 people grabbing, and then the last person is focusing on killing any sort of bell keepers so that you can get in and out. Once you have your symbols, you stand on your platform. This is the way we did it. And then we would kill our standard bearer. We would grab our standard. And once we grabbed our standard, we went then to killing ads and killing bell keepers. You want to definitely keep your wits about you. As I say, there is a lot going on in here. And if one of the people holding the standard does die with the standard, you simply would just have to leave the realm. One can place their standard and then go back in and grab the next one. All the while just making sure you have enough time when you are inside of the Nightmare Realm. So you will have to rinse and repeat and do this twice before you get to the DPS phase. When you put the last standard in, the area will glow like a gem for you to shoot. It will then release the big mallet-like object that hits the bell, letting out a big dong. That will then take you back into the Nightmare Realm automatically. Then here you would want to kill these bell keepers as soon as possible. As you can see, Nightmare of Caiatl, she is already moving towards a bell location. The way this mechanic works is you want to stun her as soon as she gets close by shooting the bell. This is the few instances where shooting the bell will not take you out of the Nightmare Realm. Instead, it is used to stun Caiatl at this point. At this point now, you're just wanting to follow wherever she's going to go, but there's also another mechanic you want to do. You want to make sure your entire team is standing within this bell circle to make sure that when you do ring that bell to stun her, you get a buff on the side called Waking Resonance. And what Waking Resonance allows you to do is to DPS the boss and do more damage. You can DPS her without this buff, but you will see that you will do significantly less damage and turning a possible 1 to 2 phase boss fight into definitely a like 16 phase boss fight. So it's very important. You want to make sure your team follows wherever Empress Caiatl goes, stun her with the bell when she gets close so that everyone gets the buff, and then go to town and do a lot of damage. I would recommend still using Lament on this boss. I've seen everything from Solar Nades to Blade Barrage, all sorts of things used to actually DPS in 1 to 2 phase, if not 1 phase this boss. It all depends on the DPS you bring. If you run out of ammo, I will tell you guys, do use the time that you have in the Nightmare Realm and in the regular realm to kill ads and pick up ammo. Once you've completed all that and you have done the rotation, you will simply just keep going back in, doing damage to her, of course picking up the corresponding symbols and killing her, and then that's a wrap. Congratulations, you have now taken out Duality Dungeon, and at this point you pretty much just pick up your loot, you're good to go. This is a farmable dungeon, guys, so you only get a chance at the exotic one character per week, or sorry, 3 times a week, once per character. So you can farm this for any of the weapons or anything else you want, but that will be about it. There are triumphs that do increase the drop rate of the exotic that you can do. This is all those triumphs are locked until you actually beat the dungeon for the first time. Then you can then start to do those triumphs. So make sure you do those to increase your chances of getting the new sexy exotic sword that is now available for you to get to as well. That's called the Heart Shadow. But it's been my pleasure bringing this video to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you check me out at twitch.tv/babyfnelson. It's been my pleasure. Be easy, never sleazy. We out of here. Later.